the reality for AI is, to the extent there is a chief AI officer, AI is a failed initiative, because, and to the extent it actually achieves its promise, it's because it's the provenance of the chief technical officer, the chief information officer, or even the chief executive officer, because it's actually a meaningful driver of differentiated business outcomes. As long as you're relegated to a sideline post that is created for a trend piece on FT to be linked to to be put on LinkedIn, then I'm much less impressed with what's going on. Yes, yep. Exactly.
We're part of that food chain. Oh, look, this question reminded me of Nike. They did a big event in Paris last week, and they released all these futuristic shoe prototypes that were supposedly designed with generative AI. And I see stuff like that. And can we all just settle down for a minute here and put an embargo on working AI into every single product and earnings letter on the face of the earth? There should be some sort of clearinghouse that reviews language like that before it hits the open market. Like, if your product is actually using GPUs and real generative AI, by all means go nuts. But if you're just a regular business with a regular product, or you're pitching consulting work or something, there should be limits on how frequently you can weave AI into your marketing language. That's my only soapbox take.
Just nothing you won't campaign for more lean-iconization of the economy here.
Nike shoes are Nike shoes. It's fine. This
is the hype cycle. As it starts out, and you're issuing press releases. The sort of next stage along this is, which we're talking about this article, is doing stuff that's indistinguishable from a human doing. You're just going to say it's sort of AI, right? Mm-hmm. That there's some aspect which I think is happening in companies, which is individual employees are actually leveraging AI, and ideally their boss doesn't know, because they're just way more productive, or they're doing way less work because AI is sort of helping them.
Yep.
and then there's a bit where the company's like, oh, we have to recapture some of this, or we need to get everyone sort of on board. We're in sort of that trial stage and sort of figuring it out. And then in the long run, it ends up making big differences, often by doing stuff no one thought about when this came along, because everyone thinks about how can we substitute work by doing this thing. And what they're doing, it's the old putting ads next to content on the internet. It's like, we did that on newspapers. Why wouldn't it work here? What's new? What can actually be done that's different with sort of AI that is, that is possible? That's where it will be interesting. And maybe it's going to be some sort of broader ecosystem, right? Like, you think about, you could generate any shoes you want. Well, you still have to make the shoes, right? To actually accomplish that would require some sort of breakthrough in technology that everyone can have their own distinct set of shoes instead of paying a fortune for it. Maybe it's actually, you can have your own Nike shoes in Roblox, which is like in the metaverse. And it's a zero-cost digital good, which you have infinite customization, and you can incorporate generative AI to that. That's actually more interesting, because the economics also sort of make more sense. And so, like, there's multiple pieces that will actually come to bear to make this sort of a big deal. And I think there's probably an argument where the bigger a change something is, the longer it takes to really sort of manifest,
permeate,
right? The internet didn't really start making, like, the internet economy, the internet impact didn't really hit till the 2010s, to be totally honest. Maybe the 2000s with Google and search and things along those lines. But this, there was an entire bubble. The whole .com era was all predicated on imagine all this stuff you can do. A lot of it, which was directionally correct, but was missing key pieces because we didn't quite understand stuff and how it might work. And we look backwards, and these were huge changes, but it's hard to remember how it felt being there in 1998. And if I were to tell you, you're going to see astronomical returns from this, put your money in now. Oh, by the way, don't take it out till 2018 or 2020 or whatever it is, right? Yeah, like and so that's probably going to be the case here as well.